The dugong is a marine mammal that migrates through the warm coastal waters of Australia. Hi, my name is Miranda Buckley, and I'll be examining the impact the human species has on the dugong population. I chose this topic as I love the ocean and enjoy taking my family to the beach, giving them an understanding and appreciation of the environment. The dugong is a herbivorous animal, where it feeds primarily on nearshore grasses. The dugong has a lifespan of 70 years. They are classed as a protected species under the Australian Government Protection and Biodiversity Act 1999. This inquiry will investigate on the declining numbers of dugongs, the threats that are affecting them, and the importance of having an effective management strategy for dugong conservation. Some of the major impacts that are affecting the dugong come from catchment runoff, development, coastal expansion, and increased environmental factors. Seagrass is the main habitat and the primary food for the dugong. With a declining rate in the meadows, there is a link with the decreasing numbers of dugongs. With high nutrient inputs from agricultural and urban runoff, this is affecting the health, productivity, and the death of the seagrass. Dugongs have a high dependency on the seagrass. Reduced food resources results in poor physical condition and delayed breeding due to adverse environmental conditions. These conditions, combined with dugong life cycle, include late sexual maturity for both sexes, a long gestational period of 14 months, and nursing the young for 18 months, impacts on the reproductive cycle and the potential for population growth or stability. The research into the sustainability of dugong population within Australia was based on published information, which included analytical reports, government datasets, and survey data for dugong populations. To find this information, I initially used the search engine Google. Keywords include dugong, dugong numbers in Australia, dugong habitats in Australia, and dugong sustainability were used to provide basic information. The information that I found most useful came from government sites and the published works of a distinguished professor of environmental science, Helen Marsh. I found quite a lot of key information that gives direct links between the loss of seagrass and dugong population. The dugongs are key components of the marine ecosystem. Dugongs are known as cultivation graziers. They graze on seagrass. The organic matter is stirred up, aerating the sediment. This creates good conditions for pioneer seagrass species. The species is fast growing and responds well to disturbance, therefore increasing the meadow size. This species of seagrass has an important ecological role as it is also the nursery habitat for young fish and turtles. Seagrass also prevents erosion by trapping and stabilizing sediments. This is done through the root system. The current energy is lessened as it travels over the seagrass, minimizing the impact on coastal areas. This inquiry has potential for customization for Year 5 and 6 within a school curriculum. It falls under the category Science Understanding, Earth and Space Sciences, and Inquiry and Skill. Within a classroom, students will be able to investigate the impacts of events that affect the dugong's survival as a species in Australian coastal waters. Also, how the changes within a dugong's environment is linked together with the ecosystem. This is connected to the sustainability of understanding environmental and anthropogenic impacts on dugong numbers and survival. The research found consensus that dugongs are critical to healthy marine systems in Australian coastal waters and that the species is threatened by anthropogenic impacts. Plant and animal communities in coastal areas depend on the existence of Pacific links. Problems arise when these links become disjointed or they disappear. The key in conservation is to measure and avoid these losses at local levels. It is critical to ensure that plans and procedures are in place to preserve coastal habitats.